2 weeks away from the Alabama U.S. Senate special election between Roy Moore and Doug Jones. Professor Kimball, you've been on this race since the summer. We have a new poll. What's the latest?
So we've been looking at this race since August, and I recall back then we had Jones and Robert Kennedy running in the Democratic primary. And if you remember, all of the polls up to that point really had Kennedy Jr. winning until our poll showed Jones way ahead going into that last weekend. And so as we start looking at the last 2 weeks here, it'll be interesting to see if Jones has that type of a hard close versus Moore, who in the primaries were able to really stave off Luther Strange, his opponent, in both the August and September runoffs. So both candidates come at this race with different strengths and weaknesses, and it'll be interesting over these last 2 weeks to see what happens here. All
right, let's get the hard data, though. Earlier in the month here on the Emerson College Polling Weekly podcast, you last had Moore up 10 points. It was 55-45. What's the score right now?
So that last poll, that was done right when those allegations were coming out.
Yep.
I think that Thursday through Sunday.
It was the middle of the month, yep.
Yeah, so this new poll obviously is now after Thanksgiving break. This one was in the field from Saturday, and we really just wrapped it up Monday night. So our new numbers now have the race tightening to 53-47, which is now within the poll's margin of error and puts Jones in striking distance of a potential win in 2 weeks. So what we're seeing with this race, this tightening, is independents are now breaking for Jones nearly 2-1. It's like 62-38. So Moore's got some work to do. The good news for Moore is that undecided voters are still breaking his way, about 57-44. So those who are undecided, when we asked them who they were going to vote for, they were still breaking for Moore, suggesting that these allegations aren't going to be detrimental to the extent that many people thought it would be. Considering what the news was for the last couple of weeks. Then I think you also start to see the pro-life group and the evangelicals. They're still breaking for Moore nearly 3-1. And so he still has that base of support to lean on. With all of that said, obviously, the undecided vote has dropped to from 10% down to 6%. And that's why we're seeing this shift in the polls. I think, interestingly, Trump is showing...
What is the Trump effect here?
So Trump is, it appears, losing some of his popularity, and potentially more is bringing him down. Trump has been around 58% favorable in the state since we've been polling it in August. Now that number is down to 54%. Moore's numbers have also gone in the wrong direction. He went from a 37% disapproval to a 48% disapproval. And Jones, on the other hand, went from a 31% favorable rating to a 45% favorable rating. So things are certainly moving in Jones's direction, away from Moore. But obviously, with the tightening of this race, we're going to make sure to get back in the field this weekend and see if these are real movements or has the bleeding kind of stopped for Moore and he'll hold steady around the mid-single digits.
Full data, results, analysis will be available Wednesday morning on the website, EmersonCollegePollingSociety.com, and Twitter @EmersonPolling. That's @EmersonPolling. Spencer, you made a mention of it. So when will we officially be back in the field here?
So we're going to go back in the field Thursday night, and we'll have data back on Sunday with the release of Monday morning.
You know where to get it. First, subscribe to Emerson College Polling Weekly on iTunes, Stitcher, and the CLNS Media Network mobile app.